Zombie Strike hip holster review. Included is a holster, and that's it. So going over the construction, pretty durable material for its cost. It's definitely not comparable to anything like tactical or if you play airsoft. This is definitely cheaper, but the cost is much cheaper than a lot of that gear anyways. And when you're lugging around something a whole lot lighter than an airsoft or a real gun, a plastic toy for a Nerf gun, you don't really need it to be super durable, and they can definitely cut costs on that. $10 for a universal holster is pretty cheap. Compared to other markets, of course, since Nerf really doesn't have a whole lot of holsters on the market. So going over the concept here, there's one little elastic band up here with Velcro that attaches to your belt. This is for right-handers only. And then this lower elastic thing will wrap around your leg and then Velcro snap there. So it affixes to your leg about here. And this strap up here is to retain the blaster when it's locked in, and down here is to open it up in order to fit the blaster in or to adjust it for different blasters. As you can see, I have my hammer shot locked in here. The elastic band here retains the holster, the blaster. It can still move out because these are elastic bands and it's not super tight fitting, but it will hold still while it's on your leg. And the bottom of the blaster, of course, is running into this elastic band. The elastic nature allows it to shift more than if it were just a solid material instead of a flexible one like elastic. That is more universal. And here it's fitting my strife. It doesn't have a magazine, a stock, or a barrel extension. A barrel extension might not be the easiest thing to set up with this band, but it fits just fine. You would dismount it that way, and then you can pull it out of your holster if you want to carry that much firepower in your hip holster. More power to you. Because it is elastic, there's a whole lot of flex. I'm not even running. My foot is actually on the carpet here. That's just regular movement. It is technically staying where it's supposed to be, but it's just flexing a whole lot. The bands themselves are not actually shifting all that much. It's just moving a lot. Fitting the strife. And that moves actually out a little bit more because it is heavier. Of course, it's going to carry a little bit more. Still easy to get out. So there's some test demo. I am acting like an idiot on camera on purpose, so you can see the type of movement to be expected when you're running around with this attached to your hip. It's going to fit different people differently. If you have a super thin leg, I can see that not being tight at all. If you're a total fatty, I can see that not fitting around your fat thighs. It's not supposed to be mean or anything, sorry. And with the elastic nature of the belt holder, it's going to fit most belts. I have an abnormally thick belt, and it fits just fine. If you're not wearing a belt, you're not going to be able to use this because it's not going to have anything to attach to it. I would not recommend putting this through a belt loop because then if you're stuck on where you can put it. A belt, an actual belt, not a belt loop, you can put it anywhere on your hip. The holster itself seemed to stay in place. It surprised me quite a lot. It was moving a lot, but it wasn't moving away from its origin that much. It wasn't totally shifting to the front and then staying there, which is just annoying. If anybody's used a low quality holster, you know that feel. It would move a lot and then it would just snap right back to its set location, so then you would stop moving and it's exactly where you're expecting it. This type of movement would be completely unacceptable with a larger blaster or a heavier blaster. If you're using like an airsoft gun or an actual firearm, which are much heavier than our little toys because these are all plastic, if it's moving around like that, that'd be incredibly annoying, and it could actually hurt you if it bangs into your knee like an actual gun. That's why those hip holsters that people carry actual firearms in are very firm to their legs. But because of the weight of Nerf guns, or lack thereof, it's not an inconvenience at all. And honestly, when I was looking at this pouch, I was not expecting to like it. I was not expecting to use it. But because I'm a slower player who doesn't like to run, I could actually recommend this to light players. If you're a super quick person and you enjoy running very fast and you want to be as quick as possible, I can't recommend this because it's going to slow you down. It's going to flop around. It might make you a little louder as well if that's a concern. But to the slower players who are sort of like yelling, "Come at me, bro. Zombies, come approach me. I'm not going to hunt you down. Humans, I'm not going to hunt you down," I could actually recommend this. So kind of a weird review, more of a product alert for those who care. That's my opinion and review on the holster. Anybody who's trying to get the best cost to benefit ratio there on a strife, I would not recommend new motors. I would not recommend new batteries, with the exception of like trust fires, of course, not like going all the way to a LiPo because those are more expensive.